Hey guys, I'm Awan here, and I just wanted to express to you guys about the blog I wrote yesterday about resisting and letting go. You don't mind me eating my soup here, and I just had to understand that, you know, coming from, I like the way Matt Kipps put it. It's funny how I was watching his video today about how to develop your soul tribe, and you know, I was typing in my blog about before that I even watched it, before I even read his email, etc., etc. I had to understand that the tribe you were birthed in, a lot of the times births your flow of life and your resistance of life, and in that resistance you have to deeply understand that when you're walking on that warrior journey, especially as males, when you're walking on that warrior journey of expressing yourself to the world and becoming more, the difference between the winners and the losers is what they subtract and what they add in yourself, like an equation. And to get into that flow of resistance, that flow of the universe or of God, and we must relax at all costs, because that's why the scripture says to be still and know He is God. Because in the sense of being still is being able to relax and know and be appreciative that it is coming, it is happening, definitely, and yes, with that deep understanding, the resistance of, your parents not supporting your dreams or your family not supporting your dreams, you have to understand that I was having, like, I would say, like a catch up. I was a catch up dinner or catch up at Starbucks with a friend of mine, and I think he's really part of my soul tribe, because how somebody's part of your soul tribe. So when you leave them, you feel like two souls departing, or like you miss them already. And that doesn't mean the relationship is going to be perfect or whatever, but you definitely know he or she's in alignment with you, and there's no fighting, there's no non-focused behavior. And what I had to deeply understand is that he said something I love that I'll probably never forget. What you have to understand is that family are people first. So that's why I always never cared for titles and, oh, he's my brother, he's my dad, he's this, he's that, because at the end of the day, they're people. They have traits that people of the world have. And when you misunderstand that, when you don't get that, you stay in the vortex of resistance and not receiving the abundance that you have so rightfully deserved. And you often, put your dreams, the goals on the back burner because they're not important. And I want to tell you that you're important. I want to tell you that whatever you're going through, especially in your 20s, you're making that transition to go out into the world and do what you got to do, whatever that may be. Do it. And it's going to be painful, and that pain and that contrast, you must understand that that is there for a reason. That contrast is to show you, that climb up the hill from the valley is to show you what you need, what you deserve, what you want. And what you watch is what you become. What you observe is what you become. What you think about is what you become. So you have to be very imperative and very intentional on what you watch, deserve, and what you love. Because at the end of the day, it just comes to a point where you feel like you deserve more, and whatever you have to subtract or whatever you have to sacrifice. So, because sacrifice sounds like such a big word to some people. Like, that sounds painful. And so I say subtract to make it sound easier, like an equation, like you're doing math. You have to subtract people to a certain equation, from a certain equation, to get the result that you want. And as it's easier said than done. I'm going through it now myself. I'm not saying that it's a walk in the park, because it isn't. But you have to do whatever it takes at all costs, whatever that may be, whatever feeling resonates with you is what's telling you what must be done. And it is your divine right to be successful. It is your divine right to be who you want to be, because everything is already planned in the book. Everything is written out in your story of what you must do. And at the end of the day, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters, because you didn't come here to be approved. You didn't come here to want to be accepted. You are already accepted. You are already approved. You are already full of life. You are already there. And you didn't come here to be infatuated. You came here to become more self-reliant, therefore help others. You didn't come here to get help. Like you're nothing without the people around you. That doesn't mean you can't get help from others. But it depends on what type of help you need, because the quote often says that good intentions is a paved road to hell. And of course, every human being means well in his own thinking. But in that same right, we must understand we must subtract. We must drop the resistant thoughts. We must flow at whatever cost, and not take it as failure, or all these concepts that man has put upon us, like failure and succeeding. That's all judgments, and we have to try to let it go as much as possible, because we get obsessed with all these titles and all these other things. And it's really not it's not about that. You just came here for purpose, and to fulfill purpose, and to fulfill your level of expansion in this universe, so you can rise and you can expand, you can love, etc., etc. And whoever's stopping you from being your highest self, subtract them. Subtract all the thoughts that keep you from your power. Just subtract them, and then add the new things that give you life at all costs, because your dream is worth it. Your dream life depends on it. Your life